If someone asked you who had the greatest influence in your life, who would you think of? Maybe it is a grandparent, a parent, a teacher, or maybe even a close friend. We all have someone whose example has shaped the person we are becoming today. I think all of us want our lives to matter, and we want to make a positive difference in our families and our friendships, where we work, and even in our communities. And often the people who inspire us help guide the choices that we make every single day. Now, for me, that person is Jesus Christ. He has had the greatest influence in my life because of his unconditional love and his humility in leadership. And they continue to inspire the way that I live today. Now, today, I'd like to share two qualities that inspire me the most. One is his unconditional love, and the other is the example of the way he served his disciples. Now, first, I'm going to talk about his unconditional love. Jesus loved people who were often rejected in society, but he welcomed people from every background and offered forgiveness instead of condemnation. And there have been many times in my life where forgiving someone has been extremely difficult. But when I remember how Jesus chose to forgive people, even when he was suffering, it reminds me that forgiveness is a choice. And his example has helped me to let go of maybe anger and bitterness and extend grace and love to others instead. Now, I want to share with you a scripture from the Bible in John where he says, "Love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another." Now, that verse continues to remind me how I want to treat other people in everyday life. Now, his love has changed the way that I see other people, but there is another quality that inspires me just as much, and that is his servant leadership, his humility in serving in leadership. And one of the greatest examples of humility was when he washed his disciples' feet. Now, even though he was their teacher and their rabbi, he chose to serve them. And this example has influenced how I live today. I get the privilege of serving in women's ministry at my church. And I've realized that leadership is not about recognition. It's about encouraging others through small acts of service. And Jesus' example reminds me that serving others is one of the greatest ways to make a lasting difference in people's lives. Jesus didn't just teach people to serve, he demonstrated it. He humbled himself by washing the feet of Jesus. And he told them, "I have set you an example that you should have done for you." Now, that example reminds me that true leadership is about helping other people and helping them grow. Now, his life continually challenges me, and I ask myself regularly, how can I encourage someone today? Or how can I help someone out? And we can do this through small acts of kindness. Those are ones that will leave a lasting impression upon someone else's life. So in conclusion, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. Today I shared why Jesus Christ inspires me, and that is because of his unconditional love and his example of serving others in humility. Now, every one of us is influenced by someone in our lives. And my hope is that you not only learn from those people, but that you also become people who inspire others through your acts of kindness, through the way that you love or extend grace or even care for others around you. I hope that we become a people of doing and not just watching. Thank you for watching. Do you guys have any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
For me, it's very difficult to forgive someone who has done me wrong. How do you get to that place in your life?
Well, for me, having Jesus Christ as the example of him choosing to forgive, even when he was brutally beaten and put up on a cross and shamed, he chose to forgive those because he knew that they didn't realize what they were doing. So he made a conscious choice to be able to love them and understand them and not know that it wasn't really a reflection on him. It was more the lack of knowledge that those people had. So being able to see the example that he showed me, it helps me to understand that sometimes hurt people, but we can make a choice to forgive and not really focus on that person, but more focus on myself. Thank you for your question.
What is your favorite Bible verse?
My favorite Bible verse is the one that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Well, thank you, ladies, for helping me out today. I appreciate you spending your lunch break with me. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.